Hey guys, Tank here. We are live. We are live on YouTube. And today I wanted to talk about hot rods, rat rods, custom truck, custom work, custom bodies, just custom in general. And we do have Josh from RC Everyday with us right now and a bunch of other guys. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Good, good. Now, RC Everyday, Josh has released today the sedan hot rod um, that you're offering. I know you've been working on it for quite a while. You've been doing a lot of different print. You actually showed it to us a few times on RC Talk, showing the not a roadmap, but showing us the trouble you've been having and the different trials and error that you've been doing, which is kind of cool.
It's taken a few months of just prototyping. It's kind of the funnest part of the hobby for me. Back when first started the YouTube building the scratch builds, I mean everything was prototyping at that point, basically. So that now to actually do it and then have a finished product that I can offer, it's kind of fun. It's just all behind the scenes, unfortunately, but yeah,
prototyping.
What's that? What's that, Duckman?
Prototyping.
Yes.
Proto. Like the guy on the Lord of the Rings.
sure. Yeah, we're
No,
Typing.
that's Frodo.
Frodo.
Duckman.
Get your ducks in a row.
Yeah, get your. If you're not going to say something smart, don't say nothing at all.
So that means he's got to keep his mouth shut all night then.
All night.
Now I see that you put your #1 trophy on the wall. That's Duckman that won that when he came and race here one time. He won the Kyosho race.
Yep. I won it.
Yeah.
Ha ha,
Kurt. What's up, squirrel?
Hey, squirrel. That's true. I got to get the chat up. Let me get the chat up.
I can't see the chat. I don't have enough bandwidth out here to be on and look at the stuff.
It's okay. If somebody asks a question, we'll let you know.
All right.
Hey, B right now is doing the he's uploading the video to how fast he went on Sunday.
Oh, so did you go faster though?
I think he did.
Oh, darn. Just because I went faster.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me, I should release that video.
I don't think he's gone as fast as you. Not yet. You got new gears though, right? So
Yeah, but I didn't try the new gears yet. Yes and no. I went 31 miles an hour with the new gears I put, not the stock gear. So I did not beat you. You went 32. So I went 31. But I tried it with a 100C discharge battery, and I did go faster. But I didn't change the gearing. But now I did. But today I just ran out of time. I didn't have time to go run. But I should go way faster now.
Well, he's going way faster too. So he's running from the law.
Stop it. Stop it. Because if you go faster, that means I'm going to have to go faster. That means you're going to have to go faster.
That means we're going to have to get a dress.
Yeah, true. Okay, so
about dresses.
So here's your Facebook page. So you do have a Facebook page. I think you also have Twitter and a whole bunch of other things like that.
I don't use Twitter much for this, but I have TikTok and Instagram, and Facebook's kind of the main one, though.
Okay, cool. And you do have a RC Everyday store. There is link to his other channels here, other things. And he's also got the YouTube channel. So today, real quick, and that's what I wanted to talk about. I'm not going to show this. It has music on it, but I can show these pictures right here. And this is your sedan body.
Yep.
You got it fixed finally. Working good.
Worked out. Got the
awesome.
Roof to print smooth. Got the back wall to print smooth. That's what took the most work. Now, I will say in that photo, that's a prototype. It does have a line in the.
Yeah, you can see that line right there.
I'm not going to use one of the production ones for my own build. I never do, but yeah, I just want to point that out. That is a not a production quality version of it.
And you do have some hot rod chassis on sale right now with the bodies.
The rat rods, yeah, they still got. I accidentally ordered way too many of those a couple months ago, and
Okay.
marked them down and trying to get a discount.
And looks like you're getting into shitters.
Yep, all the construction 114 I'm obsessed with right now. Since I got the dozer, I've built that globe cutter. Now I've got a shipping container office, a porta potty, and a couple more semis to build.
Oh, there's the transmission. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Keith knows about this transmission.
Yeah.
Trying to go big with it with the Fusion Pro I've robbed off of something else.
That
It looked like pretty smooth because you had it here. It was pretty smooth.
Oh yeah, it's smooth, and it'll still go. It still launch to the moon too. So got to find that balance. But I'm still waiting on my trailer to show up, and once I get the dozer hooked up,
Look at that.
see what we really need.
You got a flatbed from Tamiya too?
I've got one, but I ordered a DPS low boy with the full disconnect and very
okay, yeah.
big investment. So it's all.
And that's a short wheelbase. So that's just single wheel?
That's what I'm thinking. I ordered some parts for that last night. I've always wanted to do a little day cab single wheel king hauler, so that's what we're doing with that one.
Oh, 2-axle,
cool.
yeah, nice.
I've got a little like 16-to-1 gear reduction unit for that, and a single axle with scale airbags and stuff. So it's gonna be a fun little build.
Okay, so you're not going to do box art.
No, I can't paint that good anyway.
What?
I do box art with boxes of shipping containers, but
So you built more than one container? I see another one on the ground on the bottom here.
I made one for Jeremy.
Ah, okay.
He's getting into the construction
I
stuff.
like your patina, man. Your patina's nice. Good
Oh, yeah.
paint jobs.
It's fun. That's where I channel my Bob Ross, and just happy accidents. And I try new stuff every time and explore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got another one to build too.
And your patina probably isn't the same to each part that you patina, is it?
It depends. Like if I'm building a whole rat rod, like I last year I did a limited edition, like 5 rat rods. So I did all the pieces at the same time, and it's consistent enough.
Yeah.
So the way you do this is probably a wash. You just paint it black and then you just wash it. You scrub it, in other words, eh?
I'm using actually Vallejo pigments and their pigment binder. It's kind of like a watered down Elmer's glue. It acts as a dulling agent, and it dries and keeps the powder, real fine powder colors in nooks and crannies. So that shipping container, actually, I did painted it just heavy filler primer, which I thought I was going to sand and paint, and it looked so much like just a red shipping container. So then I matte cleared it, and then I used 2 different shades of the AK Interactive Rust Streaks. So you get a little bit of variety on it. And then after that dried, I went back with the Vallejo pigment binder, and then got all the black and all the little nooks and crannies on it. And it just worked out pretty good. I just kind of go with the flow. I didn't have a plan going into it. I just knew what products to throw at it and see how it stuck.
Cool.
Wow. Sounds like a lot of time.
It was a little bit, mainly just printing. That took me weeks to print those 2 containers because I think there's about 30 pieces on each of them.
Mm-hmm.
But
Wow,
and I
there's a
know
lot of
you've
pieces
got some videos on it that
Oh, yeah.
you've put on YouTube.
I pretty much don't do anything except go to the bathroom without making a video these days. If there was a place to make some money off of that, I might share it.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Now, at your store, you do have some stuff. You do have some the shop truck logo for RC Everyday with the shop truck, and you also have the sedan.
Yep, the old Rat Rod logo. That was the original one. Actually,
Yeah, I've seen that one before.
a customer of mine drew the shop truck logo. When I came out with them, he was like, "No, we got to change that." He made it and sent it to me. So, shout out to Stuart for that. That was cool of him.
Cool. You do have some used stuff for sale. You did put some stuff on your garage sale here. And I think you do have a tab for that. Yeah, here it is, garage sale items.
I sold a lot of
I'd
that.
sell,
Just trying
I'd
to
sell items or the things, man. That's what I look for.
recoup some of the spending I've been doing with the construction stuff. So it makes
Yeah.
shelf space for the new toys.
Yeah, you used to have way more than that because you used to have a whole bunch of different style of rims.
Oh yeah, I think I sold about 10 different takeoff wheels and tires, RC4 drive stuff.
Okay. Now, this plate is not the same plate for this guy. They're a little bit different, these two plates?
The sedan one is shorter because of the way the body curves at the bottom. So it's
Okay.
about 8-10 millimeters shorter.
So I guess people are going to have to make sure they don't screw up when they order it. And you
Well,
do
yeah,
have here the new V2.
that was
This
just
is
the
V2.
customers that had bought the original V1 hot rods. It didn't have a base plate, so I had those available. But all the sedans come with the appropriate plate, and the coupes come with the appropriate plate. It's kind of a kit, but still without axles and stuff.
And I know on your YouTube video, actually on Facebook and YouTube, it's actually, you got a link to your YouTube, sorry, talking about the two different bodies, because one is made with ABS GF and the other one is just ABS. What's the big difference between the two?
So the GF is glass fiber reinforced. It makes a better print. It's a more expensive filament. They're about $30 a roll. Whereas
Is that one?
yeah, that's the GF print. With the ironing and the features that you can do with Bamboo Studio, it comes out with a real fine texture, almost like my commercially printed parts do from in Multijet Fusion. And when you're
Yeah, it
doing
looks like.
it's the perfect finish. A heavy fill primer, a light sand, and you can start layering the paint, and it just
Are you ever going to do that GS in the other body style?
Which one?
The not that what is that? The sedan, the coupe.
Yeah, sedans in GF and a regular ABS, and then I have the coupe in both as well.
Oh, okay. You got them in both. Okay.
Yeah, the other one, the rat rod cabs, I cannot print on filament printers. They're strictly designed for the powder printing, SLS and MJF stuff. So yeah, the nose.
Which one? These ones?
Yeah, those are commercially made. And that's it's a real fine texture, but that stuff is super strong. It's got a 4,400 psi tensile strength. It's nylon. You almost cannot break that. You'd have to. I've stood on one before. You can run over it with a car and it will probably crack, but that's kind of the level it takes to
Okay.
Nice.
damage it. Really good stuff, but it's expensive as all get out to do bodies that way. But that's why I'm printing with the ABS stuff at home, because that's the way to keep the cost down. Trying to keep these kits as affordable as possible and get folks thinking outside the kit. That's my kind of unofficial slogan. You can kit bash with a base kit kind of deal.
Yeah,
Now,
maybe
if
I could get
somebody
one of-
would like just to buy the body, do you sell just a body or do you sell it only with the frames?
If somebody contacts me, that I will. I don't have them on the store because it's hard to keep up with two separate inventory situations.
Okay.
Same product, basically. I actually got that message right before we came on the show. Somebody was looking for just the body. I was like, I don't have any this weekend, but hit me up next week if you need one and let me know. We'll make it happen.
Now, this is the one I want.
And I would like to say so we designed this, that shop truck in the background is designed around the Tamiya TL01 suspension arms and knuckles and
For the,
that all works
for the front suspension, right?
but other stuff will work as well. And that's kind of how my kits are. It's for people that know about the hobby. A lot of other Tamiya stuff will fit. There's other brand parts that'll fit. It's up to you to figure it out. You take whatever old touring car you've got in your junk drawer and see if it'll work. And then let us know in the group, because we're always kind of keeping a unofficial list of what other arms will work off of what other cars and stuff.
So it's pretty much
RCeveryday.
trial and error.
Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, but it's just repurposing what you already got. Like I started this
Right.
because I had a TL01 up there in a box above my logo in the background, and they were worthless. I thought they were more readily available than they are, but it's a very inexpensive kit to steal control arms and spindles and knuckles and bearings and all that stuff off of. So
Yeah.
I'd like to make a gasser. I know you like them low and slow, but yeah.
there's in our kit group on Facebook, there's probably about 10 or 15 guys that have made the shop truck into gassers. One of them's got a
Oh,
Henry,
really?
because you can still bolt the leaf springs on the front with the solid axle just like you would anything, and they're a little bit longer, so it gives you more variety of body.
Yeah.
But it's generic enough that you can mount 3D printed bodies. Anything that will mount like an RC four-wheel drive body, you can put on that chassis. You may just have to use narrower axles, narrower arms for like the Toyotas and stuff like that.
Now that's 145 Canadian, right? Not 145 US.
I have no clue what that is Canadian. That's the new.
US.
No, it is US. I don't want to confuse anybody.
That's like
You are-
$900 Canadian.
That's 145
Hey,
Yeah,
Texas.
that's about right.
I will
Plus
say
the shipping.
a lot of stuff to Canadian guys, and the website will not quote an accurate price on shipping. I can do UPS pretty quickly for usually around 30 to 40 bucks US. Again, I don't know what the conversion is, but if anybody in Canada wants to purchase anything, just shoot me a message with your order, like just your cart, and I can price it out and get you an actual shipping quote. I've done that for a lot of guys,
Okay.
especially some repeat customers that buy a little bit of everything up there.
So you do have some on the bottom here, the 180 for this one. I thought there were 200 and something these.
That's the GF.
Quad
Okay.
fiber.
If you go up in the center,
The
it's
other one's
220.
220 tank.
Oh yeah, there it is. Sorry.
Different color.
Yeah, different filament type.
Material. It's you're paying $40 extra to do a lot less body work. That's just kind of the general consensus. And I'll often list and post the like the slightly defective prints where I get like one layer shift or something like that at a discount. Because a lot of guys, a lot of the
They
real
don't care about the body work.
body work, not worried about it one bit. So
The real rat rod guys.
The assembly of the frame, I guess, is the same as the V1 hot rod chassis.
yep, it's the link to that video right there with the actual clickable link. I don't know how I did that this time. Usually it's just the highlighted link, but that actually showed the thumbnail. Yeah, because the first version of that, we did not have the base plate, so you still had to come up with your own body mounts, and it was still a little more involved to do. You really had to have some more experience in the hobby. So now adding the base plate with the magnet mounts gives you a bolt-on way to get the body on it, so you can at least get it as a roller pretty quick. And that, that's 90% of the battle is once you see it kind of mocked up, then you start getting motivated to finish building it.
And I see here you have a link to the parts, like for the front axles, for the K44 Yoda axles.
Yep, mainly to the budget-minded versions of things, not necessarily always brand name.
Now, are these to your Amazon store or links that are profitable to you?
It's an affiliate link, but it's not my actual store. I don't stock the
That's
product.
the,
Okay.
that's the rear axle, right?
Yeah, that's the
Oh, they got front and rear together.
not with the semi
No,
truck.
for $47 you get the rear. But if you do want the both, then yes, you'd select this one, I guess, front and rear axle for $74.
They're both rear axles in.
Front axles.
Oh yeah, and you just put the knuckles on one of them.
There's links to the leaf springs for the rear. It's kind of a generic set.
No, Kurt, they're not the same axle. One is shorter than the other one.
Yeah,
Because when you look at here, this one is way shorter than that one.
Yeah.
RC four-wheel drive ones.
So it's not like the SE Extend that you just put a different knuckle on it or an extender. But that is a pretty good price, $47 for this axle.
5% coupon if you click it.
Oh yeah, apply 5%
Amazon always does stuff like that. But see, now it shows you the other products. So right there, you've got a front axle, you've got leaf springs, you've got the spindles that will work with almost every Tamiya arm or spindle setup.
Oh, that's the front axle. Okay.
Yeah, it uses
Oh, this is
Because
very
it's
good
rear
price,
wheel
17
drive
bucks.
only.
Yep.
Yes, you don't want to.
Yeah, you
You
don't
don't want
want
any gears in
four-wheel
the
drive.
front. Yeah.
Right. And that
There's
transmission.
a transmission.
And I did want to bring that up. I did talk to Tom at RC Four Wheel Drive the other day. Transmissions are in stock again. They had about a month or so they were out of those, but everybody stocked up on that. Even A-Main and all the retailers have them. The Scottsdale bodies. Everybody's been on me about that because they want to build a square body shop truck.
Okay.
There's some on the way and another order in process, so they are coming. They're not being discontinued. They're not going away. The Scottsdale bodies are coming back. It's the base like builder kit, unfinished. It's just a delay because of all that's going on in the world these days. So they are coming from the horse's mouth.
Nice that you give options in the build to do a cheaper or a budget friendly versus having a way out there of how to get parts or who to go through to get parts. And
Yeah, trying to keep it as cheap as possible because that's I grew up in this, been in the hobby for 30 years of my 42 years of life, and it's always a struggle trying to afford stuff. And the stuff I want to do is always the most expensive, apparently. So it's like we
I
talked
agree with you there.
last time I was on. We talked about getting into the construction stuff, and it's like I've been saving for multiple years to be able to buy some kind of excavation equipment, and we just finally got there. So yeah, I totally understand where everybody's coming from. Try to keep stuff as affordable as possible.
Come right up here, Cat.
Now, last time on we talked about my hot rod that I was building, and you said that's the old way of doing things. That's the old way that you used to do it. But for somebody that likes to weld, that likes to tinker with stuff, there's no not no problem whether it's what's the word I'm looking for? There's no issue. It's not wrong. In other words, it's not wrong to try something else. Your kits, I find your kits they're there for people that want to get this done as quick as possible, probably, and with no headaches. And that's what I like about your kits.
I think these are slow builds. Take your time, pick your pieces, do research. That's how I work. So that's the way I've kind of designed it. But like the old kits, like you're talking about, everything used to start out as half-inch square tubing. I'd weld the shapes and split it down the middle, which was, I'd use 5 Dremel bits just on one chassis. Take forever to drill and center all the holes and stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. I get people sending me custom builds all the time, showing me their work and stuff that people are still getting inspired from the original builds on YouTube. Yeah, and there's no wrong way to do it. But I definitely encourage folks that even buy the kits to just take your time with it. Everybody that gets one and immediately rushes to build it, it lacks character. You're not building it like, you got to think of it like a real rat rod or a real hot rod. It's just something you kind of piece together over time. Like a real hot rod, you'd be going to swap meets and you'd find a cool part, you'd integrate it into your build. And the guys who think of it like that seem to have a better time with it.
B. Kochner said, "I'd like to see the midnight blazer on the shop truck chassis. That would be slick."
Fortunately, mine is all scratched up from actually crawling it.
Oh, the midnight blazer, yeah.
My blazer is no longer perfectly midnight.
But
it does fit perfectly. I have another blazer on the shop truck chassis, and it works out really nicely.
Thank you,
Psycho. Yellow scratches gives it a little character.
Thank you, Psycho 13 Garage, for putting up the links. He actually put the links to your store, RCeveryday.com, and also your YouTube channel. So you put it there. Trail Crawler RC's in the chat also.
Dangerously close to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's been my life.
Wow.
We're like
Nice.
93,000 just about. So
I got 300. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can get more subscribers today. Go subscribe there.
got
Go
a
have a look, see what it's
wall
there.
behind the camera where I'm gonna put the plaque if I ever get one.
Yeah,
Crawling
you're at
Chris.
92. Yeah.
I'm at 92.9. Yeah, I'm just
92.9. Wow.
Almost 93, yeah.
Yeah, you got a long way.
What's up, Dennis, Brian? How's it going? Dirk?
I haven't changed.
Flickr,
Dirk,
Amazon,
Brian, Dennis. Hey, there's no,
Facebook.
do I say his name 3 times?
No,
No, don't say his name 3 times.
don't even say it
And
once.
and that's what I like. Even though you are selling new stuff on your store, you still kept all the old stuff and the old way of doing it and all your tips and tricks. You left everything there. So there's Barbie car. Barbie. It is Barbie.
Is it?
It's a Barbie 57 Chevy rear fenders I cut off of her car and made a bedsides out of it.
Cool.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. That was the first rat rod kit that I built. That was one of the prototypes, the actual chassis that I offer now. So it's
It
crazy.
looks like you created a couple low riders.
Oh yeah, that actually
What's
had
that green one, Tank?
air ride suspension on it from Russia. It's no longer available. Actually has a little air compressor and hydraulic cylinders or air cylinders.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
This one is actually a drag car, Keith. This one,
Okay. Okay.
it's a drag car.
Dash with some nice parts on it. I never had anywhere to race it. I sold it to a friend in Kentucky, actually.
Yeah, your rust looks good.
Cool truck.
Again, a lot of rusted look, which looks nice. Nice patina.
Yeah.
This looks mean. This looks nice here.
Actually, just sold that body in the garage sale this weekend. I
Oh,
still
yeah?
Is
have
that a dually?
just the body. The chassis was
Oh,
long gone at this point, but that body was still kicking around. That green 3-window coupe was the prototype chassis for this chassis that the sedan's on. I've had it for about 5 years, and I built that car about 2.5 years ago for USTE. That's the first trophy I ever won was with that build.
hmm.
But I've got everything. I've got stuff back to when I bought my first the RC4 Drive Galande 2. I bought a cruiser and they sent me a D110. That's kind of when the channel really started back in 2012.
Yeah, I've been looking on Facebook Marketplace for a real one of these.
Yeah.
One like this.
A 1-to-1 Tank?
Yeah, 1-to-1.
Oh,
That's my when I was a kid, that's the type of car, the grease lightning type of car with the motor in the front and all that. That's the car I wanted.
That's what I've always wanted to, and I just can't. I don't even have a place anymore since I've gone in with the business so much. I
like
don't have a shop to have a real project car, so it's like
American graffiti car, right?
Brian
They're
asks, so
more like
how do you
American
decide
graffitis.
what to sell and what to keep? It seems like you do go through a lot of builds on your channel.
I usually only sell the things that I don't finish. If I lose interest, like that's the big thing for me is I can't get motivated enough to build something. If I start losing interest in it, I'll sell it off and walk away.
Tank, you listen to the man.
Yeah, Tank.
Like I've got a TF2 in there that I started on the channel. I've had it for 12, 13 years. Like it's the original one I pieced together when I was poor. I bought one piece at a time and assembled it. And I'll never get rid of that. But I built I put up one of my shop truck chassis on a Tonka Winnebago body like last summer. And I just lost interest in it. Once I showed people how it could be done, I was like, I don't really want to finish this. So I sold it off. And
I got a flat nose
I think I've seen those
Mercedes here truck, a flat nose Mercedes semi truck. I started that 6 years ago. I got to finish it.
Like I built one of the Tamiya Scanias. That was one of the first videos that went big on YouTube. It's the 2-axle Scania. And it was cool. I loved it. I got into the semi stuff, and then I just was like, I drove it once, and I was like, I can't afford a trailer right now, so I'm just going to sell it, move on to something else.
Oh, I bought a trailer also. It's in the box and piled up in the corner, and I haven't built it because I want to finish the truck before building it. So why don't you show us what you've got in front of you, the new ones that you just made, the sedan?
All right, this is the ABS version. So the grills are sold separately because I have 3 different styles to choose from, but they bolt onto the servo mount. So with the ABS or the ABS GF, you get the body, you get the magnets, you get the base plate that attaches them together, servo mount, and motor plate. That lines up and bolts directly to the RC four-wheel drive R4 TCI transmission. The bearing goes in there, and you get the 2 laser cut steel rails. And yeah.
Now, does your motor mount allow for going up and down? Yes, it does. So you can put a different pinion on there.
Got a little bit of slot. There's not a lot of room inside that transmission housing. So I've seen some people go through that over the years with my kids. They'll hack it up and put a giant thing in there, and it'll grind into the metal. So you got to be very careful with that, because once you get the mesh set, you cannot see what's in there. So you can't see if it's actually hitting the metal too. I saw a guy actually crack one of the transmission housings with one of the rat rods before. So it's,
yeah, that's the biggest thing and that's why GCM Racing has gone away from the slotted, and he's only got 2 holes, and he's telling people only use that gear. And because too many people, because once you bolt that and you squeeze it together, you cannot see if the mesh is good or not. You got to go by feeling and by ear. So not everybody can do that. So it's tricky.
It is tricky.
The technique is kind of difficult. You got to do it just right to get it set right to begin with. And there's 48 pitch also. So it's a little bit finer teeth.
So this is the ABS GF version. Again, this is a defective one. It has one slight line right there that I got to sand out. I can't even get it to show up on the webcam. So, but yeah, that's on the chassis that my other coupe was on. So it just literally bolts on the chassis, and everything's the same. But you can kind of see it set up. It's very much like a high boy type hot rod. I think this body would do better with some offset and some wide wheels in the back. But that's what we're working with here.
Josh has got some really wide wheels on his.
Oh yeah, I've seen his. That's the thing too, like that, leaving all of that stuff up to the customer. So it's not like buying a TRX4 and you get a set of wheels and you go to the hobby shop and everybody's got the same thing. These, you'll never see 2 of these alike. Even with the rat rod, especially. Like I've seen one time did someone like direct copy one of my videos on the rat rod kit. And other than that, no 2 are alike. Everybody's got different idea of what a rat rod or a hot rod is, and they do it to their own liking. And that's kind of what's cool about it. It's all up to you.
That's why the guy, when he started his hot rod, he had the suspension really lifted in the front, and like it was a crawler. It was a two-wheel drive crawler that he was making. And to me, I go, no, you got to slam that thing down. Like,
that's just started with the basis of what he knew. He knew crawlers.
Yeah.
So he got it. He probably looked at it. Either he's going to change it, make it lower, or he sold it to you.
Like, I think he had like friggin' long shocks at the back, and like, why? So I got the shorter shock so I can put him on an angle. I got a whole bunch of stuff in there. Keith keeps bugging me about it. When are you going to work on that? When are you going to work on that?
Yeah. I'd put a rumble seat in one of your coupes.
Rumble seat?
Yeah. Cut out the back and just make it go up. Put a nice rumble seat. You know what a rumble seat is?
No, what is a rumble seat?
It's a seat that rumbles.
The seat that's in the trunk, basically.
It's in the trunk. Yeah.
Yeah. In the old 2 coupes, you could have a trunk, or you could have a
rumble seat.
It was
Which in the coupe you only have 2 people, but by having the rumble seat, you can have
Yeah,
2
that
extra
opens
people.
up-
So you
that opens
Okay, it
up like
opens up at the
that.
back. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
yes.
Pick your
Yeah,
in-laws.
that's
Okay.
what I would do.
That's where you put the in-laws, you said?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're just catching the wind and you can't hear them.
Okay.
There you go.
We have radioactive RC that's in the chat. 907 popped in. How you doing, 907? 907 comes from up north.
Wait,
Alaska.
Every day, do them, the roofs don't come off them, do they?
No.
No, okay.
These are all the prototype I showed y'all a few weeks ago. That's something we tried to have a
Yeah,
vegetable roof, but they actually, because they print at about this angle, so not having that structure was causing them to shake in the printer and making the lines on the side more noticeable. So we finally worked out the smoothness on the roof, and it added the stability to the print to make them better quality. That's what
you
I've
could
been.
cut, you could cut it off though and make like a, you
yeah.
know, like a canvas roof, right?
Cut it open and do whatever you wanted to with it. That's
Yeah,
it'd be fine. Then it's from the manufacturing side that caused that to change.
yeah.
But now you can't print a big rat fink and put it on top because there's no more hole.
Yeah, there's no hole there.
You cut your own hole.
That's
Could
true.
put a duck fink in there.
Duck fink. I told you if you have nothing smart to say, don't say nothing at all. You.
That was smart.
Yeah, right. Looks like up north they're having a heat wave. It's 56 Fahrenheit. So 13 Celsius.
Way to
So things are
go.
melting over there.
Be fantastic.
Right?
I'm sweating just sitting here, and the air's been on all day. We're only in the 90s so far. We ain't even hit
I
100.
would say
My front
that's what we
bumper
are.
fell
We're
off
like,
today, Tank.
I think 87 right now, but it's also 9 o'clock. So
It's RC time weather. So it's time to go out because
Yeah.
the weather's nice.
My front bumper fell off my tow truck, but I got it fixed.
Now don't do a speed run with your tow truck. They're not meant for that.
No.
where are you located, RC Everyday?
I'm in Northeast
Texas.
Texas.
Texas,
Okay.
Northeast Texas.
Northeast Texas. I can get to from where I just moved from. From here I can get to Louisiana and Arkansas just about as quick as I can get to Dallas.
Oh, there you go.
Well,
Where
you
my
guys, your
house.
postal service is pretty good to send stuff in the U.S. and all that. It's been pretty good. Well, that's what
Yes
I
and no.
heard. No,
Yes and no. Kinda
Yeah,
hit or
it's a
miss.
hit and miss.
hit and miss. Like I know certain
Hit and
regions
miss.
will only ship UPS because, and I have other areas I know UPS is bad at, so I'll ship postal service. But yeah, it's been a disaster. The last 2 years of learning all of this with customers all over the place. I've actually, I mean, the last I went to the post office the other day, I had 5 orders UPS, 2 orders post office. So it's kind of a split at that level.
What's the farthest you ever ship? I know you said Canada, but you ship
Oh, no,
farther than that?
I've shipped all over the world. I
Oh, really?
think I've even,
Cool.
honestly, I want to bring up current events, but I think I've shipped one to Israel. I've shipped one to
Wow.
Pakistan. I've shipped several to Australia, a couple to New Zealand, all over Europe, Germany,
Nice.
like a handful. France, Spain was weird. It took forever. Australia takes forever too, just to get out of the States. That was one that I went with the Postal Service. Took it 4 weeks to get out of the United States, and then 2 days after it left the country, it got delivered in Australia. Like there's just instant.
Ah,
Oh,
So
yeah.
it was
2 days?
just
Oh,
went all
my
over the
goodness.
place, United States, right?
Oh yeah, I've shipped pretty much every state, I think, at this point.
That's cool, man.
Well, one
That
time
means
I
you-
ordered something and I was tracking it through the U.S. Postal, and it was left from Vegas or something like that. It went all the way up to New York. It went all the way back to somewhere back west, and then it came back east, and then it went back west, and then it crossed the border. I'm there. Why the heck is the package going for a ride
That's the way
visiting
it
back
is,
west?
man.
That's how mine was. My servo went to New York, all the way to New York, back to California. It took like 2 weeks to get to me.
That's the way a
crapshoot
postal service works.
with our postal service. I sent one to Canada, and it went to Chicago, which is the international hub where it goes straight across the border. And it went through customs, and then it somehow ended up in Idaho, and then it went back to Kansas, and it came all the way back to Dallas. I mean, it was another month-long adventure. Like it got to the point with the U.S. Postal Service that I'd say I had one order a week that would just go on a cross-country tour. It would take 3 weeks to get there in priority mail, which is supposed to be 2 to 4 days.
You know what,
Wow.
Tank?
Right. Supposed to
You
be.
don't complain because they'll go postal on you.
Well, it's like the website's rigged against you. It's all AI controlled, and you go and file a missing package search, and they just takes like weeks and weeks, and they'll be like, "We can't find it." And usually it's already been delivered, but they still can't find it. They didn't know what happened to it. You have to bookmark that page.
And then you're sweating it.
Can't
Then
find
you're
it.
sweating, trying to figure out, okay, did it get lost? Do I need to ship another kid, or do I need to ship parts to these people?
I
Or
will say
what?
that out of the 2.5 years I've been doing this with the products, I've only had to make 3 claims with the post office. They haven't broken that much. And the first time they even like bagged it and said, "Oopsie, we messed up." So it was open and closed case. They refunded and took care of it. The second time I had evidence. The customer sent me photos, and it was all good. And the third time was when I bought something. I got that brown and tan Chevy from my friend in South Texas, and it got damaged, and they refused that claim straight up. They're like, "You don't have a receipt from
Oh
us.
my God.
We're not covering it. Sorry, it's on you." I bought a
Wow.
$700 RC model.
Hey, Sean,
Jeez.
we got the steering
What's up,
wheel.
Sean?
What's up,
Hey,
Robert,
what's up, everybody?
Nicole, Sean?
Looks like Sean's on the road again.
Always on the road. I'm never,
But
never
isn't he usually on
Oh, I
the
bet you're coming back to Texas, Sean?
Yeah, I'm always on the road. I'm in Houston.
Yeah.
So how did the golf bag RC adventure went? How did it go?
It actually worked out well. I broke one on one of the flatbed trailers. The axle popped out, but I fixed it already. So other than that, worked out perfect. So I'm going to actually buy a hard case because that was a soft case golf travel bag. My golf clubs were in, so I'm going to buy a hard case. I think in the hard case, I will be able to travel without an issue.
Okay.
They're made out of
So-
metal.
Something
Yeah,
put pushed on it.
There you go,
popped it out.
metal.
Complete metal.
Complete metal.
Metal.
Josh, what Sean did is he packed all his construction and trailer into a golf bag because it's long.
Yeah.
And then he shipped it to see if something was going to happen.
Rolling
Yeah, so I packed.
Must be a hollow golf
I packed my
bag.
dually trailer. So I packed my dually trailer. I packed a flatbed trailer, and I packed one of my tractor trailers, I packed a Mercedes Actros, the 8x8.
It was a hollow golf bag.
So you're able to check-in luggage. So I done it as just a regular check-in, which is no problem. You only regular check-in is no problem. It's $40 or something. So I checked it in, took it out, got to Texas. It was fine. So now I actually have a tractor trailer with me, 2 trailers, everything, which is nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, Sean, are you going to be at the Waco Hobbytown construction thing in a few weeks? Couple weeks?
Yeah, I will go to the Waco one this weekend. I'm
Oh,
gonna
wow,
go
there
to
it is. Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the Houston one this weekend, and then I think 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now is the Waco one. I'm gonna head to that one.
It's on a Thursday. I'm hoping to try to get to that one.
The metal one would work better, Sean. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll go to the Houston or the RC 4-wheel drive Houston one is this weekend. So I'll go to that one, and then I'm definitely gonna go to the Waco one.
Hell of a bag.
Yeah,
Must have
I thought
been
it
a
was
heavy
like
bag.
I thought it was
right?
like a golf bag, not a golf bag carrier. So yeah,
Yeah, it's a golf bag travel. It's a
yeah,
travel
golf
bag.
bag carrier. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm the one that called it a golf bag, but I should have said
Yeah,
a
Usually,
see,
carrier.
get your
we don't
sentences
usually
straight,
deal with
Jake.
that kind of stuff, so unfamiliarity.
So do you finish
Unfamiliar
building the
territory.
crane yet?
Dude, I won't even see that crane again till probably end of October, start of November. Is the next time I'll see
Wow.
that crane. That crane right now is in. Where the fuck is that crane right now? That crane is in.
Oh, it's not even at your house.
No, it's in. Between Rhode Island and Boston right now. It's in between both. So I'll not
Okay.
see that again to November. Is the next time I'll see that.
It's just right in
Cool.
between Rhode Island and Boston, huh?
Yeah, or somewhere Bedfordshire or somewhere like that. Wherever Mark lives. So Mark ended up. I put it in his trailer where he liked it or not. So that's where it is right now.
Oh,
I didn't realize that the Texas Trucking Show is this weekend.
Yeah, that's the one I'm gonna go to this weekend.
I
The one in
thought it was the weekend after. I missed that one.
Where's that at?
Comes up on you.
At the Houston NRG
Houston?
Center, their big stadium.
Yeah, in the honor. Yeah, that's the one I'm gonna head to this weekend.
Is that a one-to-one show or is it as an RC show?
Both.
Well, it's
One-to-one?
1-to-1.
Both.
It's 1-to-1 with the 1/14 scale, but the
Oh, okay.
1/14 scale is actually sponsored by RC four-wheel drive. So
I've seen Sam out there telling us that I saw he was
That's
there
right.
last
I need to go to sell my Mad Max vehicle.
yeah, so that's why when I went home to New York last weekend, I was in New York and I was just in the garage and I was looking at my golf clubs and I was like, hang on a minute, that carry
What?
case is probably the same size as my dually trailer. So I was like,
Hey,
fuck it, I'm
Gage.
going to take it. So I was like, I'm going to take a chance, and I took the golf clubs out of the travel case. I put the dually trailer, I put the flatbed trailer, I put the forklift, and I put the 8x8 lasso truck in it. And that's what I was more worried about. I was more worried about that 8x8 lasso because that's not a cheap fucking piece of equipment. And
yes.
yeah, so that's what my most concern was about the 8x8 lasso truck. And then it actually made it through perfect. And then the only thing it really broke was the flatbed trailer, the DPS flatbed. The back axle popped up, but I just put it back in. All it was an E-clip. Like one of the E-clips came loose that popped the
Yeah.
axle out. So I was able to put the axle back in and put the E-clip back in, and that was it. But I was actually really concerned about that last two truck, where I was going to make it without breaking any of the plastics or without breaking anything. So it made it perfect.
That's good. Good to hear. That's all we hope for, right?
What's that?
Something doesn't get screwed up. I said that's all we hope for in air flight travel is something that doesn't get totally screwed up and smashed.
Yeah, and that's I was expecting when I checked in because you check it in on their. So when you do your check-in, you check it in on their golf clubs. So I checked it in on their golf clubs, and I expect like, okay, they're going to put it on the scale. They're going to see it like because when they put it on the scale, it was actually 97 kilos, whatever on the scale. I was like, okay, normally anything over 50 kilos they charge you, but they didn't charge me any extra. So I was like, okay, fuck it, yeah, let's go.
50 kilos.
Yeah. So,
Kilos.
so yeah, so the golf bag was like 92.7 kilos or something like. But as I said,
Pounds?
that was a soft case that I had it in, so you actually get a hard case. So I ain't
Was it
getting a hard
6
case.
kilos? I think it
I
was
will
6
never
kilos.
I think in the hard case from now on, I'm going to be able to
That's-
travel with a truck and a trailer.
Yeah, but
From now on.
yeah, but Sean, you remember there won't be no flex in the hard case, so you know, right?
Yeah,
You
so that's
just
even
stuffed
better
it.
though. So yeah, that's even better. The hard case will keep everything solid. So I
Yeah,
tried, I
So your
experimented with
bag,
stuff.
your bag
The
was
what now?
211 pounds.
Yeah, whatever, 97.2 kilos is what the bag was with the golf bag.
Jeez.
So
been hit by 6
That's,
kilos.
oh, those trailers are pretty heavy.
yeah,
Oh,
trailers
no.
are really heavy. Especially
The
that
guy
the
probably
weak
said
trailers.
these golf carts were made.
Oh,
I mean, these
crap.
golf clubs are made out of metal.
Yeah.
Uh, Sean 907 Arctic RC is saying hi to you in the chat.
Hey, 97. What's up, buddy?
And Nicole, hopefully you feel better soon. She wasn't feeling too good. She was sick.
Yeah, feel better, Nicole.
Sorry, I have to do the conversion from kilos to pounds. My
So
conversion
I
in
think
my
like, yeah, I
head
think it's
isn't
like
good.
2 pounds per kilo or some shit. Somewhere around that level.
3 pounds a kilo. You don't
No,
know that, Tank?
2 pounds per
No,
kilo, not 3.
Two,
Why do
2
people
pounds a
think when
kilo.
I say 2, it sounds like 3? Say fucking 2, not 3.
I don't do the conversion here,
You
and
don't
there's
do
no reason to
kilos.
do the conversion.
You
We
just say
don't work with
kilos.
pounds.
Yeah.
But mind you, I'm the old guy. I'm old, so I work with inches and centimeters and millimeters. So I know both.
Yeah, yeah.
But is kilos a part of your math up there, Tank?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've learned it in school. I'm not sure if my son has learned it.
I will
So
be honest. I'll be, God strike me dead honest. I've been in America 20 something fucking years, and the kilos thing, I still don't understand. I'm like, I'm about pounds and like
Ah,
whatever.
I want to sell you something that's with kilos, Sean.
Yeah,
so RC every day. What else do
Now
you
that's a
have
different
working?
story there.
RC every day. What else are you working on other than probably the construction vehicle and construction area? I think you're making something outside your house right now for a construction area.
Yeah, I'm working on a trail, trying to build a scale trail for like the boom racing truck and my uh, Galante 2. Something, but something I can actually film on, because that's the problem now is when I build trucks, I don't have anywhere to actually test them at. But I'm trying to use the construction stuff to actually build a trail, and it's been a slow go. It's rained again pretty much 75% of the time since I got the dozer. So I did a little digging tonight, so that's why I'm sweating still.
Raining out here, crazy, crazy.
the
Right.
rain
Now,
is fucking, the rain is seeing right now.
It wasn't even supposed to rain today, and it rained for about 10 minutes, just enough to make things muddy. So my dozer has a new parking spot by the door where I can just put it on a floor mat for my truck and right.
now, what kind of other stuff are you going to make at your construction yard? I know you've made a container, but what other things do you think you're going to make?
I've got a porta potty over here drying.
Mhm.
I've got a bunch of guardrail. I've got storm sewer drains. It's going to be a little bit
Drying porta
building
potty.
bridge. That's the big goal is to, I'm going to pour concrete, make some footers, and build like a trestle bridge from wood. Because that's kind of like my escape from RC is to build stuff out of wood, like all these scale
Yeah.
garages that I built. And I have no more room for scale garages. So I think a bridge for the outside trail is going to be a fun challenge. I'm going to try to make it as technical as possible because I love engineering, especially bridge stuff. That's just kind of, I don't know why. I must have been a bridge builder in a past life or something. It's always fascinated me.
How did you get your porta potty wet?
You get what?
You said your porta potty's drying. How did it get wet?
Yeah, he got it wet.
You got
He
it. Yeah,
went
how'd
on
you
it
get
and
it
he got
wet?
it wet.
I just
How'd you get
did it with
wet?
a clear after I painted the roof.
Oh, drying. Paint's drying. Oh, okay.
I got to paint these belt hinges and stuff. I'm put some graffiti and Just
That's
kind of
pretty cool. Yeah.
feather it
There's
up.
some
Does that
graffiti
door
on it.
open or is it a closed porta potty?
It's solid. This does not open.
Solid.
Oh,
I-
so it's you got to put a red so it's occupied.
It's
Yeah.
I didn't want the ones that open. The ones that I've seen that open, the files they're kind of bulky and awkward. This one
Yeah.
looked the most like. This actually looks like the ones that were at Texas Crawl Fest. So I'm going to make it as dilapidated as the ones that have been out there forever as well.
Yeah.
It'll be pretty rough shape when it gets done, but
Cool.
I get like a $2 file off of Colts 3D, so it was worth the investment. I printed one first, and it was mostly 10th scale, and I scaled that down to what I think is 14 scale.
Yeah.
Now the container that you found, did you find that on Cult 3D?
Yep.
And is that a file you paid for or was it free?
That was about $8 US.
That's not bad.
7 years.
That's not bad.
That job site trailer is fucking awesome.
I made one in wood. But it's not a container, it's a
Container?
job site trailer. At Cult.
Job site trailer.
This one came with you could make it 53 foot, 40 foot, 20 foot, whatever.
Oh, it has windows in it. Oh, okay.
The best part, I'll tell you this, got a LED garden light mounted in the roof, so
Oh,
light comes on.
light comes on inside. Can barely see it. Yeah.
Barely see it in here. If I move back to the camera, maybe. Yeah,
There
Yep,
it is.
there it is. That's
There
cool.
you go.
Yeah.
get the job done.
Right.
It came with the files for the
Air
conduit
conditioner and the yeah.
conditioner.
Oh,
that
it even
dog
came
don't
with
open
the
either,
files
does
for
it?
the air conditioner and
Yeah, it's completely versatile. You can make it in as long as you want, whatever configuration. You can make it with no windows, no doors. You can make it as an office. That was a $2.
Well, 3D is pretty good on their
Are you
some
gonna
of their STLs. They give you more than if you pay for the file. They give you more options than they would for a free file on Colts that I've found anyway.
It just depends on who designed it.
Some,
Like if it's a free,
You're
it's
gonna
as
yes.
good as the one that you pay for it. It's just get
you're
what you
just
pay
gonna
for thing.
you're just gonna put that
Pretty
on the
much.
floor on the ground? Or are you gonna have that raised up a little bit or
I've got scale cinder blocks. It's got a foundation.
okay.
Set up on.
Yeah.
I
That's
even
what I'm
made
talking about.
I've got crooked stacked scale
There you
cinder
go.
blocks.
There you go, Bill.
And I made some wooden steps that are worn out, stained them.
Nice.
I've got
Yeah.
the complete little package for it, but I needed a porta potty to put next to it,
Yep.
next to the office. Now I just need a $90,000
I mean-
Dodge Ram to put outside of it, but I don't have any 14th scale trucks, so
yeah.
but it's just
You
all
got-
just having fun with. That's just for the construction. Once I get it done, I'll take that stuff out, and then we'll focus on the bridge. I've scaled this up to. We're gonna have storm sewer drains. It's gonna feed into a creek.
Nice.
This is all just printed in PLA because I'm gonna bury half of it anyway. But multiple pieces, and then I've got these guardrail files. This is all files again off of Colts. The scale sections of guardrail to
Is
lead
that-
up to the bridge.
Is that cheaper to print than just to go buy some PVC pipe?
No. I mean, it's more fun this way because I can size it exactly. I mean, I
Yeah.
make a custom coupler and stuff like that, but yeah, it's just what can we do at home without going anywhere? Kind of
Right.
And the guardrails, you printed it with what, ABS or?
ABS because they're going to stay kind of semi-permanent. I'm going to
Okay.
actually bolt wood to them so they actually stand up, and I'm painting them silver
Yeah.
at some point.
But
so,
you should still be able to heat it up a lot and bend them.
maybe. I mean, it's got a good amount of flex to it already.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it got hit or something, you know?
I just like make curves because I'm going to have an overpass that's going to come over, have the bridge, and it's going to spiral around and go parallel with the creek underneath it. And the
Nice.
creek's got to be fully functional drainage with the runoff of the shop. And there's a lot of factors in this. I'm completely overcomplicating it because that's just what I. That's the fun part is you dig yourself a hole and then you engineer yourself out of it.
Sounds like a fun project, that's for sure.
It'll take a while.
Now you just need buddies to come and help you build it with the trucks.
It would be fun. The construction stuff is definitely a lot more fun when you have multiple people and multiple pieces of equipment.
Yeah. Would you print a front grille?
Yep, just printing out some, breaking off all the support material here. Printing out another grill, just keeping some in stock.
Cool.
Fresh, that thing's hot, actually.
So Duckman, did Keith dump his box yet?
Nope.
You
His
got to dump
niece-
it if you want to find the foot.
Yeah, I know. He's waiting for his niece.
Your niece needs the foot of her dino dick.
I know. Yeah. Tyrannosaur ass.
Crazy.
Yeah, I've been about building a bridge out there in Swampers RC studio.
Okay.
Haven't decided how to do it yet, but
Yeah, I built a bunch of different style of bridges, covered, not covered, with ropes. I when I had my trail at the back, and then I moved everything to another place. But when I had to shut that one also, I just told the guy that was there that we moved everything on his lot. I told him, listen, I'm tired. I'm not going to start another one. You just keep everything. So he did do a trail at his house. So it's only him and his family that plays with it. So they're having fun with it. I just got tired. I didn't want to start a new place of crawler. It's a lot of work maintaining a big trail.
Yeah. When I first started designing it, it kind of came out as like a interstate highway overpass. It was way too involved, way too elaborate. I'm like, okay, what am I going to be driving on this? Like the heaviest thing I have is a truck. So yeah, I need to tone it down a little bit, make it a little more scale and realistic. Doesn't need to be all concrete footings and everything. So dream bigger.
Yeah, concrete footing, and don't forget you need to put those big steel posts in there for weight for reinforcement of the concrete, just like the real bridges.
Take them down, have everything kind of underground, pour the concrete, build up the embankment. It's going to ramp down the sides.
Yep.
All up here. I can't draw it as good as I can see it in my head. So
Right.
I tried to sketch it out, but it's like it's just going to turn out how it's going to turn out. We'll see what we end up with.
Well, at the back here, it's still there. It's still in the back. I have a switchback road, and I actually put pieces of wood that I've cut and glued together and actually put it as a retainer wall. So it turned out pretty good for the switchback and the retainer wall. So that was kind of cool for pictures. But let me tell you, when I designed that, we were playing with SCX-10-1, and the turning radius wasn't that good. So sometimes you had to take it 2 shots to do the turn.
2-point turn.
Yep. They're a little bit better now. But I guess, Josh, you got to take into account the turning radius of a truck with a trailer, because now you're going to make sure if it pulls something, you need to make that curve.
Yeah, I'm kind of hung up still waiting on my lowboy trailer to see if I can even ramp it out long enough to make that thing go over it.
Once you're going to run it on the ground, you'll see what kind of radius you need.
Yeah, I still don't know exactly how long this trailer is that I ordered.
Oh, yeah.
Only
from RC 4-wheel drive, or from who did you get the trailer from?
From DP Scale out of China.
Okay.
With their 040 lowboy triaxle trailer. I don't actually tell the length of it. I was looking at the side. I've been looking at the picture every day.
I'm not sure where Sean got his, but his is pretty cool because it actually goes wider.
Yeah, this one does too. It has the flip out.
Oh, so it might be the same one. I know that he put
servos in there, right?
Yeah, he put servos in there to actually extend it.
Yeah.
This has
instead of manual
arm drive for the neck to disconnect. So it is still motorized, but it's only a 3-axle.
Okay.
I found it on their website here. I don't know how many inches 1,191.3 millimeters is.
Tank don't do inches.
No, I don't want to convert it. I usually open up a website to do that.
That's what I'm trying to do too. So
Thanks, 907.
46,
For sure.
46 inch?
46 inches.
46 inches.
Wow.
42 is 3 feet.
Yeah, Robert.
Shy of 4 foot long. So yeah, we're gonna have a big bridge.
Oh, 42 is 4 feet. Yeah.
1.3 yards, it says. Yeah, it's
36 inches is 3 feet.
this is 40.
42 is 4 feet.
48 is 4 feet.
48.
Yeah.
So
She
it's
always
So-
told me I was a little short.
3 inches shy of 4 foot long with the
That's my problem.
70.
So I've been shopping at AliExpress, and I picked up these front and rear metal. They're all metal
Yeah.
portal axle for my Lone Ranger chassis.
Nice.
I was debating on the silver or the black, but I went black.
That's not too bad for both set. For a set.
Yeah,
All
83
metal.
bucks. That was pretty good. I'm
Portal.
happy.
Is the shipping really that cheap to you in Canada? $6.
Pardon me?
40% off too, Tank.
That's a really good.
I know. That's why. Like, it's 138 regular, but in Canadian dollar, it came up to wait, let me get 120 bucks Canadian. See, you it was 83 US, so that's basically what I pay. The
It
difference.
says it's for a 10-2. You could probably take that servo mount off though, right? Just use the axles.
Yeah, but I need servo. I want
Yeah,
servo.
yeah, on your build you do. Yeah, but if like I bought some just for the 10-2. I could take the
Yes,
servo
you
off.
would not need the
They
The
just
servo
you
unscrew
would
it.
not need this,
Just a
and you
couple
can
screws.
actually mount your panhard right here.
Yeah.
So it does have on this side or this side. You can run your panhard.
And give me some portal axles.
It's insane that the shipping's that cheap. Because I bought some stuff from AliExpress for the construction for the semi truck, and like some $90 axles cost me, say it was like $25 shipping, and it took
Oh yeah.
nearly a month from the AliExpress.
Well, usually I get it for free. It's the first time I actually ordered from Endura website. So sometimes they charge shipping. It all depends on what you order, I guess. But
I ordered a set of semi wheels from A-Main from their eBay store, and they charged me $120 shipping for 6
Wow.
wheels.
Hey.
Can't get them anywhere else. So
No.
so
Can I ask you guys
30
a question? Real quick?
yeah, go ahead.
So then portal axles, if you put 2.2s on there, you still need wideners, right?
Nope.
It all depends on your rims.
To
Some
what?
rims do have a different offset.
'Cause
2.2s will fit over your portals.
yeah, pretty
It
much.
should.
no,
fit.
no, I'm talking about they rub against the body.
Rub against the body or the
Oh,
frame.
yeah.
Yeah, they'll still rub against the body, right?
Yeah.
The body,
So,
yes.
Look at this. You get a 35 kilogram servo. That's 90 degrees. It's usually what everybody gets for $13. So it's 40% off. Like, this is crazy. Mind you, shipping is $4, but still.
I've got a servo like that. They're pretty them are good servos.
Shows that everybody's tightened up on the wallet and they're sitting on the money.
Well, it's my wife's the same way with some stores and some stuff. We try to buy locally also, like our Canadian Tire is equivalent to your Pet Boys, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
So we try to buy stuff there, but if we don't see a good special or the stuff on sale, we buy it on Amazon because we save.
Right.
Or I buy some of the stuff here at AliExpress but I do also buy stuff from the local hobby store. Like,
See, my hobby shop don't have them servos. They only have the high end,
oh
stuff.
yeah, the servos at the hobby shop are
Can't-
nuts, are expensive.
Afford them. 30. Well, I spent like $45 on one for my drifter.
Well, drifters
That's
are a little
it.
bit different. You need the speed.
That's it.
Yeah.
45 bucks. You got off
Yeah.
easy.
The one we found, Kurt, I burnt it up.
Yeah.
I think the one on my drifter, I think I paid closer to $90 for it.
Yeah.
Was the most expensive servo I put in all my trucks.
Need that speed.
I want to go drifting too, but
Did you find Jaws?
Measuring
Oh,
how my dozer is going to fit on that trailer. I've never actually measured it. It's one
You
of those
just-
late night deals. I was like, I like
I'm
this.
gonna buy it.
You just bought
So-
the trailer and said, well, we'll deal with it when it gets here, right?
yeah.
Financing. I was like, I'm out. I'm buying it. Let's just do it.
So you bought the trailer, it's on its way, and now you're measuring your dozer?
Yeah. I didn't even measure the width. I haven't even looked at that yet.
That's how this Texans work, man.
Well,
Buy it first, measure it later.
Is that it? Can I share? Tank? You got
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I got it off. Hold on.
You got it blocked.
It's so nice. I'd get rid of the dozer and get something else
Go
if I
ahead.
could too.
I think this is what he was. Is this the trailer you're?
Where you at? Let me get back to the screen here. Yep, that's the one right there. But it's only
That's pretty.
I didn't
It's
get
only a 3-axle instead of 4.
I didn't get the fourth flip down axle, unfortunately.
Yeah. No, that's cool though.
Another
That's
$200.
nice.
I was like, nope.
I don't need it that bad, right?
No.
Ooh, nice
Okay.
wood on there and everything.
To have the tongue disconnect hydraulically was another $300 option, but I just went for the
Ooh.
mechanical worm drive.
Did you get the
Ah.
white one or the red one?
I got white. They give you
White.
like 4 or 5 color options.
Yeah, white looks good. Then you can
Oh.
dirty it up.
It does have the wideners on the side of it.
And it comes with the wood to put on them as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's nice there, that wood.
Yeah, so you can
Makes
widen them up.
fantastic stuff. They actually have on their site a 1/14 scale steel building. So the building itself is around $800. You can make it bigger, and then you can buy the actual metal corrugated siding for it for about $600 a bundle. Scale, and you can build an entire structure that your semis can park in, but you're going to spend about $2,000.
Wow.
That looks cool. You ding that up and dirty it up. Yeah.
It's a gorgeous trailer. They have some awesome. They actually just came out with a NASCAR trailer, like a race car hauler. It's got a mechanical lift on the back that raises up and you can put cars in it.
Wow.
They do some fantastic designs.
How do you really load that though? The front comes off or the back?
Yeah,
comes
that
off?
tongue comes off.
The tongue
Probably.
comes off?
Trailer, the tongue goes with the truck, and then you drive it on the ramps from the front.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're unique. There actually one out here by me. They were doing some logging in my area, and they had dropped off some equipment. I got to watch it the other day after I ordered the trailer. I was like, hey, I have one of those.
Yeah, we deal with those every day.
Someone did a
That's-
video recently that a guy was demonstrating how that trailer worked to load
Okay.
it and everything. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It's kind of neat how that neck stays on the truck when it moved the truck, like it stays up, it doesn't fall. It's kind of cool the way it's hooked up.
Yeah.
Makes a special truck for that too. Like that's why I built mine the way I did. It's still not quite as beefy as the ones that I built when I worked at Peterbilt, but you got to have ramps, you got to have the dovetail in the back, to have the extra hitch and all that kind of stuff. It's definitely a heavy haul type setup. That's kind of why my globe liner is the way that it is, because trying to think of all the pieces I can use to make it fit that trailer better.
Cool. That's going to be a cool trailer, that's for sure. Now you'll be able to get your dozer there quicker because you'll be hauling it instead of driving a dozer that goes very slow.
very slow, and it uses a lot of battery to drive.
Yeah. It's faster if you take it and you put it on a cart, or you put it in a wheelbarrow and you go with it.
So I about cooked my lipo tonight. Just trying to drive it back. It was out. This thing's a little bit swollen now. So
It's your dozer battery.
Gotta get some better batteries for the dozer. It's odd. There's no real fitment for it. I could fit 4 of these 3700 3-cells in it, but there's no battery that's that size that I've found yet that will fit in there. Everything's long or fat. There's no in between.
Well, look at the drone batteries. Drone batteries should be able to get you there.
I have like 4 by 4 inches of space. I don't know that there's any drones that can carry that kind of weight, really. And it can take up to like a 7,000 or 8,000 3-cell.
Okay.
I should get.
I don't know what Sean uses.
But that 3700 3-cell, I'm getting about 25 minutes of runtime out of.
Did you get
It's a little bit of playtime.
dozers like Sean's, or is it smaller the one, or the?
It's the what is it, D something or another, the RC 4-wheel-drive one.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't remember which. I think Sean's was a little bit fancier than mine.
Yeah, I think his is the bigger one. Well, he's got one like yours, but I think he's got a bigger one.
Yeah, I'm gonna drive the white one when he ever comes up and visits me.
That's what he said?
That's what I said.
Oh.
That's what you said.
Yeah, I said,
That's
Sean,
good.
bring up there because I want to drive it.
Wait a minute. Duckman's going to drive it, or Keith is going to
Yes,
drive it?
Duckman's gonna drive it. I said me, Keith's not
Oh
here.
no.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
no.
your
Duckman's gonna
brain
drive
is
it.
the size of a pea.
I know. So just don't get in my way, Tank.
Wait a minute. I don't even think the doctors have found your brain yet.
I know
Oh,
there's a
I
cool
think RC
breeze
Everyday is
between
still
my.
calculating.
There's always a cool breeze blowing between his ears, Tank.
Oh,
Trying to figure out the width of the trailer between the tracks and the dozer. Oh, pretty good. We don't even have to fold out the sides to get the dozer tracks on there good. We'll be
Oh, nice.
golden.
cool.
Golden.
But it looks nicer when the sides are open and there's a piece of wood there. Oh, he's back now. Yeah, Sean, the trailer that Sean has is the trailer actually splits in half and gets wider. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
See if I can find that one.
There he is in front of the casting couch.
Casting couch. Hell yeah.
Casting couch, yeah. Did you get your microphone yet? Did you get your microphone for your phone?
No, I ordered it, but it hasn't came yet. So
Oh, looks like Sean's got the hiccups.
I know I do. Yeah.
Have a beer.
There you
I
go.
had too many
Beer will
beers.
fix it.
You gotta have a green beer, an Irish beer.
So the trailer you were talking about, Tank, hold up. Let me grab that trailer.
Oh, you got it? You got it with you?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I was just going to try to look it up.
I can't remember. There's
What's
a
the name of it so Kurt can look it up?
Holy fuck.
Holy fuck is the name of it?
No, because
Oh,
he's lifting
hell
it.
of a trailer.
That's the trailer Tank was talking about. So,
Got it,
Nice.
so you actually have the dually part right here. Then you have, hold on, let me disconnect the dually so I can actually talk about the trailer.
No, that trailer was not from RC 4-wheel drive, or was it?
No. Oh, hold on. Shit.
I got it from.
Fucking hell.
Hey,
But
Sean, your pants are ripped.
So I just take the dually
He's got a
part
hole
off.
in his pants.
It's got a hole in your pants, Sean.
So this is your
Hey, it's
dually.
ventilation.
So this is the first part of the trailer. This is the dually part.
Okay.
Then you have, so here you have pins in the trailer, and you actually have a pin in the trailer back here. So if you take them pins out, you take that from out, take that pin out. Then the trailer, so because all my vehicles are different sizes, so you can go like my dozer, my excavator is probably around this size, and my dozer is around this size. So you can actually make the trailer, you can actually make the trailer different widths to match.
Do all the axles turn on it?
And then these are on springs. I put springs in them myself, so you just drive into them, and then you just grab them by the excavator bucket. And so the dozer is actually probably this width.
I thought you put a worm gear in there to open it and close it.
Well, I did. So if you have, I drilled holes right here. I drilled holes right here. I got it to work with actuators, but the actuators, the end piece on the actuators are actually too weak for the weight of the trailer. So I'm gonna actually turn around. Now that I figured out how the lines with the actuators and everything, I'm gonna actually do it in hydraulics. So I'm gonna actually order hydraulics.
Yeah, because when it's on the
Cool.
ground, it's pushing
So
it
this
out,
was
pushing the
in
ground
this was
out.
in my golf trailer, or in my golf bag.
You almost
That
need
was
to
in your
drive
golf
it a
bag?
little bit, drive it a little bit while you're widening it.
So this was in my
Yeah,
golf bag.
right, Kurt?
Yeah. That's how we do our
This
big,
whole truck. So this is the most. This
our
is the
big
part I was
booms.
most concerned about, because this let through truck was inside that golf bag as well. And then let me grab the other trailer that was in my golf bag as well.
I don't
You
think
had
he
the
heard us,
Lesu
Kurt.
truck in the golf bag also,
Yeah.
really, with the cab?
Holy
The
shit!
back of
This
the
is heavy.
Dangerous.
So this trailer was that. This trailer was in the golf bag as well. So I had this trailer, I had the dually trailer, the dually part, and the truck all inside that golf bag.
Now, are those real concrete jersey walls?
Yeah, these are like actual proper concrete, 1/14 scale jersey barriers.
They're concrete or plaster?
No, they're concrete.
Okay.
Showing XYZ.
So they're actual concrete jersey barriers.
Now, did you do the concrete weights for the crane yet?
No, I haven't done them yet. As I said,
Okay.
the crane, I probably won't even see that again till
Yeah, you were saying that earlier.
end of October, start of November. But this was the most important. Like this thing being inside that golf bag is what I was most concerned about. I was like,
Hey, Jeremy.
trailers, I could like understand if shit gets fucked up, but this is what I was like. If this
Yeah,
gets
that's
fucked up, I'm shit. Like, you know. But and I used this. I used the soft bag, the travel case, because that's what my golf clubs were in. So
Okay.
I just happened to be in my garage. I was figuring out, like, because there's a big event this weekend in Texas. I was in New York last weekend. I was like, fuck, I only have construction equipment. I don't have a truck, don't have a trailer, don't have anything. And I was like, I looked at it around in my golf clubs and was like, hey, that carry case is about the same size as my dually trailer when you take the dually part off it. And I was like, you know what, let me see if it ships okay. So it actually shipped okay, shipped everything fine. And then so I was like, well, you know what, if that worked, I'm gonna buy the hard case. So I'm gonna buy a full, complete, really hard shell, like golf bag. So then from now on, when I go to an event, because when I went to Marysville, I had a blast at Marysville. I drove so many vehicles, drove everything, but I still didn't have any of my own vehicles. It's not like, it's hard to explain to somebody, like when you have your own vehicles, it's different than when you're driving somebody else's vehicles. Because when you're driving somebody else's vehicles, you're a hell of a lot more cautious and you're a lot more.
You don't want to wreck
shit, they
anybody
put
else's
so much
shit.
money into this. I don't want to. And RC every day will tell you, because when we used to do the after hours at Beat Creek, when you're driving somebody else's vehicle that's not you're like, shit, these people have a lot of money in this vehicle. Like, if I break this, like, are they going to get fucking pissed off? Are they going to get mad? It's like, so even at the Marysville event, it was like, you know, like, I'll borrow all I know all the guys from throughout all events. I'm like, but if I break one of their trucks, are they still going to get pissed off that I was the one who broke it? Like, you know, at least now I figured out, in a golf travel bag, they will all fit. I'll put it in a hard case. I'll travel it from now on. So at least I'll have something in my own vehicles there where, like, if I break one of the other guys, like, hey, drive mine, take whatever you want. Like, you know, so it's like,
Don't worry, Sean. When I drive your bulldozer, I'm going to drive it like I rented it with extra insurance.
yeah, that's I don't mind. That big D11 is that D11 is a monster. Like, I will say that D11 is an absolute fucking monster. Like, it is.
It's a D11.
Yeah, the D11. Let me see. Let me go. Hang on, if I go, so this will just give you comparison and size. Hold on, let me see.
Well, you're in Texas right now, right?
Yeah.
So if ever you don't need some of your equipment, construction equipment, I'm sure that Josh could use it to help build his stuff. So, you know, if you don't want to carry them back and forward, just leave them at his house, and I'm sure he's going to put them to work for you.
I mean, most construction.
How you do the background thing.
See, I'm nice. I'm offering everybody's toys to lend them to other people. I'm a nice guy that way.
Then, Josh, I can borrow them from you.
Do the background.
We got that double insurance you talked about.
Right. Now, is
You have
that
that
on
no
Josh's
deduct.
insurance
You have that
plan
no
or is that on
deductible driving
Sean's?
insurance. Ducks can't drive.
Get Aflac.
Yeah.
Aflac. There you go. Got the Aflac
Now,
plan.
Duckman was saying while you were gone that if ever you go over to see him, he's going to drive the big white dozer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see.
And
So I'll give
Duckman
you
is, not Keith.
let me see, my background right now will give you comparison. So this is how, let's see, background, choose. Let me see, if I move out of the picture right next to that, my DRX2, my original, move out of the way. So that's my original DRX2
Yeah, look at the difference.
against my new D11.
That's a Lesu, one on the right.
Yeah, so the original one is the one you have in red. The yellow one is the one you have in red. RCeveryday. And then the new white one is like the DRX, the actual 11, they call it. It's fucking massive.
Is it a JD model or
No,
Lesu?
it's not JD models. It's actually Tucson.
Tucson, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a bit bigger.
Yeah, even the tracks
So
are
she said,
like the tracks are double the size, every fucking thing, right? So let me see if I have a
One on the left weighs 70 pounds. Like, I can't imagine that.
yeah.
How much does the white one weigh, Sean?
The white one is 80 pounds or something, I think.
80?
Yeah. See, let me see. I think I have a side by side shot of them somewhere. Oh, no, hold on. Change back.
That's crazy.
So
right?
Yeah,
That's a
the
lot of
construction vehicle
weight.
is a completely different game. It's kind of cool.
yeah,
Yes.
it is.
Whole new world.
So this is them sort of side by side here. Like, let's see, change to that one. So I'll move out of the way again too. So that's them sort of.
Yeah. Big difference.
got the quad ripper on it
What's
too.
that yellow? Oh, what's
Yeah.
that yellow thing?
Like it's got a 3-blade ripper on it. Like everything, it's like I didn't even realize, honestly, like I
There's
did
a
not
big
realize
hole
the
between them
difference.
two bulldozers.
Yeah, I didn't realize the difference in size of them until I bought it, and I was like, holy good shit. It's like fucking insane.
Good shit.
Don't you guys measure or look at the specs of something before you buy it, especially on the size?
I don't
No,
think
we
Sean
just
got
look at
that
it and
yet.
be like, I want that. I really see.
I had no idea that I was buying construction equipment. I wanted it. I've saved for it, and then it was just the deal fell into my lap, and I was like, I guess I'm getting a dozer. And then it turned out
Yeah.
2 years ago it beat the creek. The one I ended up driving all night was the dozer. So I'm like, all right, I can relate to that. Here we are. I have a dozer now.
So would that be the funnest one thing to buy first if you're just starting?
Everybody says excavator is the best way to go first.
Everybody
Yeah.
says that, but honest to God, like I've got the excavators, the dozer is my most favorite fucking piece of equipment.
Excavator, you got to have a dump truck to dump the excavator into.
Right.
Yeah,
You know,
like
compounding.
that's it side to side there, like so.
Dozer, you could just push around stuff.
Yeah, you end up moving more dirt with the dozer than you would with the excavator.
Yeah, you do. Like the excavator, the dozer, you can make your own. Like it's hard to explain to people, but you can make your own paths and you can make your own roads. You can make everything with a dozer. Like the excavator, okay, shit. Like with this one in front of me, you can dig a hole, you can move dirt, you can do, but the dozer just pushes shit out of the way. Like
Yeah. I think the
It
dozer
does.
would be funner.
That's
Yeah.
why I was spoiled from
Dozer.
that Beat the Creek experience, because I had people loading those, using excavators to load dump trucks that would bring it across the barn and dump it on me, building an overpass. So once you have the whole setup and you have multiple people with multiple pieces, it's a totally
Yeah.
different game changer. So that's what
Yeah.
hooked me, having the whole job site, everybody working in unison. It was so cool.
Yeah.
By myself with a dozer, I'm like, I can't even get this creek to be flat on the bottom.
Yeah,
There's
there's just something like I don't care what anybody says. Like, look, I have this fucking here. Hold on, let me grab my camera a second. So I have this excavator sitting here, and it's a massive excavator. It's actually a pretty big excavator. The truck, the dump truck, and everything sitting down there, like the Volvo rotating truck. Everything's all sitting down there. But there's just something about I don't know what it is. There's just something about that dozer that you can't explain to people. Like when you try and tell people, like this thing just makes my roads, makes whatever I want to do with it. It's like
The lady that cleans the room at your hotel must be mind blown when she comes in seeing all those toys on the ground.
That's what I was getting ready to say. The same
I see
thing.
now
How does
because
your
now there's trucks,
your
trailers,
cleaning
everything
lady?
just added after last weekend. Now she'll be like,
Like,
what the fuck is this guy doing?
like that must be at the lunchroom for all the girls when they get together. They must talk about you. Oh, you should see in 308 or whatever the room number is. That
Yeah.
guy's got a whole bunch of stuff on the ground and blah blah
Ripped
blah.
pants.
Got toys. He plays with
I know,
toys and he's
yeah.
a grown man.
Just fucking toys everywhere. Grown ass man, he's got toys everywhere.
Next time you guys go to a big event, you should get some
Meanwhile,
action figures and put
The toys
make
are
a
worth
picket
more
line.
than
Yeah, I know.
Right, exactly. That's the whole thing. The toys are worth more than some people's cars together.
Yeah, it is.
You,
It's
you
crazy. Like,
you need to put some action figures, just like Duckman is saying. You got to
Make
find
a
action
picket
figures
line.
to put.
especially like this
Like
thing's
they're on
full of
strike.
too. Like this is all 8x8 full locking diffs, full out. Like this thing is fucking like an insane truck. Like
Some of you
Oh.
guys got drivers, right, Sean?
huh?
Some of you guys got drivers and some of you guys don't have drivers.
Yeah.
What?
My Volvo dump truck, the what do we call it, the AG40 or whatever. It's got Uncle Si that's driving it. That's who drives it.
Got a glass
Makes
iced
See,
little,
tea.
Duckman, he's got drivers already in his
Yeah,
trucks.
my
Yeah.
dozer, actually, who drives my dozer is, and he fits fucking even for your if you're a D110, if you're looking at perfect driver for it, RCeveryday, Google Buzz Lightyear blue. But there's one Buzz Lightyear comes in a full blue like boiler suit. So he looks like he's actually a fucking construction worker. So he fits perfect inside it with a boiler suit and everything like. And that's who's driving my dozer. He comes.
That's for sure.
He actually looks like he's a construction worker. Like he just comes with a blue boiler suit, comes with everything.
But that's funny on multiple levels because everybody calls me and Jeremy Buzz and Woody. I'm tall and skinny, and Jeremy's short and bald.
Yeah, it's like between two squids.
I'll make you drive my dozer for me every day.
Yeah. So it's actually funny because that Buzz Lightyear fits perfect in the D110. But he's one that comes with a complete blue. He comes with a complete blue fucking boiler suit and everything. Like.
That's cool. Check that out.
You should make a picket line, Sean, with a bunch of people saying, we ain't gonna work. Going on strike.
On strike.
Yeah.
Get a bunch of action figures blocking the road, then you just take your dozer and you just move them.
Run right over them.
Yeah, move them straight out of the way with a dozer. That's it. And then put the dozer in reverse, drive over them again.
No, that's just mean now when you're backing up
No, that's
over
just
them.
making sure clear the road. Put the dozer in reverse and drop the ripper. Make sure they're out of the road.
No.
But I was actually surprised how well that stuff traveled in the golf bag. So.
Okay.
That's a good idea, yeah.
Well, if you packed it good, I noticed you had a lot of bubble wrap around it and all that, so that was pretty good.
I was more concerned about this truck than I was anything. Like I was concerned about like the locking diffs, everything. If the wheels or the axle got bent or fucking anything get bent. That's what my main concern was like. So now that I know
that was shipped. That was shipped via Purelator, you were saying?
What's that?
You shipped it via Purelator or UPS?
Yeah, I just shipped it. No, I actually just took it on the flight, carry on, like checked it in on the airport.
Oh, okay.
So when I was going to the airport, I just carried the golf clubs, checked it in as golf clubs. And I was actually expecting them to, say, dude, there's no fucking golf clubs because on the scale came up like 97 kilos. And it's like,
you got
what
pure
the fuck
metal
sort of
golf
clubs have you got?
Pure metal.
Their golf clubs, they're a man golf club.
They probably say has got every golf club known to man in here.
Yeah.
They're
golf
clubs from Ireland.
Plus they had the little forklift where the fucking forklift is.
Ireland golf clubs.
Not all of that in the golf. So I just checked it in as golf clubs. That was it. But now that I know it works, I'll do it in a full hard case. I have
and you packed all your remotes and everything too. They all fit in there.
Yeah. This thing's the only thing that's pissing me off right now because I broke the motor in this thing, and then you can't buy a single motor. You have to buy double fucking motors, which pisses me off.
What the fuck?
Buy two fucking drive
You'll have
motors
an extra one.
Well, if it broke once, you'll have a spare one.
Yeah, I know, but it still sucks because the fucking shit to replace it ain't cheap. And then if you could buy one, it would be half the price of buying two.
Why not?
But
You
they
could
won't
just pick
sell
one
them
up at Walmart, right? Right at Walmart, they sell them, Sean.
Yeah, which would be nice to buy at Walmart.
They sell
I don't
new
think you
pants
can.
too at Walmart.
I don't think you can get those at Walmart.
Yeah, well, you might
I
be
thought
able to.
you could
All
probably
my
get them at a
stuff is
hobby
bought in
store.
Walmart. Like,
Selling
Probably
Jonathan
can't,
Rowan
in
has them in bought in Walmart, so.
RC Motors at
probably
Walmart.
can't get them at a hobby store.
Yeah, everything I own was bought at Walmart, so I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
So Nicole, you were at a baseball game. Did they win? Did your team win? She says she's out of town. She's always at a baseball game.
Good team.
I'm not sure who her team is.
They sell pants at Walmart.
Yeah,
I
I think
was
she,
supposed to
They
go.
don't sell duck dresses though.
The what?
I don't think they sell dresses for ducks at Walmart.
Oh, maybe. When are you gonna put your video up? When is your video gonna be up, KBRC?
It's all done editing, Tank. So maybe
Oh, but
tomorrow
you haven't
afternoon.
uploaded it yet.
No, tomorrow afternoon I'll upload it.
Okay.
I had an appointment tomorrow morning.
That reminds me, I got to put mine up. Did I get an email? Oh, I got an email for Parking Lot Wars for next at the end of the month.
Sean, you're in here twice. Unless he's frozen. He must be frozen.
Well, guys have a good night. I'm gonna go to bed.
Good night.
You're gonna go? See you later.
Yep.
Thanks for jumping in.
No problem.
I mean, over Matt.
RC every day. You don't think the 124 scale would be the right scale for that your trailer? Not the trailer, but that container you got right there?
No, it's pretty well for 114.
114.
Yeah, it's just a little bit smaller than 110.
Oh, 124. It'd be too small.
114 is just a little bit smaller than 110.
Yeah.
Way too big for 124 stuff.
Yeah, depending on the 1/10th company, sometimes you can get away with 1/14th because they're close, but
I watch some videos sometimes and they got like scale houses, but the trucks are like right underneath they're too big. The houses are too small.
That's the difference on the port. This was sold as RC construction, but that's my Bob Ross figure, who's 8 inches can fit in that
Fit in
door.
that one, right?
Down to this, which fits better with the trucks than 114 scale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all subjective. That's the thing with it. Do whatever it is you like, but it's
your Bob Ross is 8 inches.
yeah, that sounds like
wow, that's impressive.
That's tall.
I'm gonna get out of here, guys.
See you later, Kurt.
See you later,
Thanks for
Kurt.
jumping in.
See you guys. Chit chat.
We're talking about 8 inches. People are trying to
Bob watches 8 inches. That's impressive.
It'll be my new profile name on the tender.
8 inches of Bob Ross.
I bought Ross is 8 inches.
Are you preparing a shipment to ship something there?
I've got some orders. I'm very OCD about packing orders. I've had a few orders tonight. So I'm just getting stuff
I was
ready.
gonna say you must go through a lot of boxes.
A little bit. It's I need to order some more, and that's another big expense.
Are
Yeah.
those custom made boxes just for you, or you were lucky to find a box that was the right size?
No, those work. They're already existent. Wasn't anything that
Cool.
had tape made, has my logo on it. That's about it. Because that's kind of cool having.
Oh, your tape's got your logo on it, huh? That's neat. Marketing, because someone will say, "Hey, check this out, RC every day." That's a
It was just kind of cool when I first started. I did that just kind of on a whim, and people were posting pictures like, "Oh, look what's on my porch," and it was like, "Hey, that's cool. You can see my logo," and like
yeah.
excited about it. So yeah,
Yeah, that is good.
Anything to get your name out.
been rocking with it ever since.
Kind of hard not to after people responded like that,
Yeah,
Business, you got to get
We're
your
excited.
name out there in a business.
They were excited to see my products. I was like, "All right, that's cool. Keep that going."
Like that, the porch pirate, they really see a logo from far away. They can just run and get the box.
Yeah. Oh, that's his box.
I don't know many RC porch pirates, thankfully. Haven't had that happen. I've had UPS put it on the wrong porch, and the post office here put it on the wrong city, but nobody's stolen one yet. So, knock
When
on wood.
when KB first got into the RC, he bought a red cat, and them guys just put it right out in front of his house, right next to the road, just left it there. Big old box. He pulled in his driveway and it's just sitting there. Like, what?
Oh, yeah. B Coacher says Josh has a couple honey bucket right there.
Honey buckets.
Honey buckets. I guess it's the cars on top of your shelf there. The ready
You're all
to go.
set. With the 8-inch Bob Roth and the honey buckets, you're all set.
Got stuff everywhere. I had to move my semi. I put it on top of my fridge just to get it out of the way so I could pack the shipping. That was
Looks
big.
good. It looks good. Yeah, I like them. You got spacers on them, right? On them dualies?
No, they just fit.
Yeah, like, because mine didn't. Mine rubbed really bad. Rubbed the shock really bad.
Yeah, that's because you use a different tire.
It depends on the wheel. If you're rubbing the shock, it's the wheel. Because like
Yeah.
the white 2-hole Bud wheels, they will rub your shock. You have to space them, shim them out.
Yeah, that's what he did. He spaced them out.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, it blew the shock off. He was driving it.
Nicole says, I want to spend the night. Well, Nicole, I don't know you that good, so I'm going to have to pass.
You might be talking to Duckman.
Oh, she's talking to Duckman. Oh, sorry.
I'm the cute one on the panel.
I think she's talking about her dad, actually.
After that, she says she really misses her dad.
Yeah.
Oh, a honey bucket is a porter potty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Honey bucket.
Honey
Never heard
bucket.
of that.
Never heard of that. Must be from the country he's at.
Yeah. Does it say that?
So you got a couple orders for the new cars today for the sedan?
I think 4 so far.
Oh, nice.
4, that's good.
These are all laser cut mild steel. They come slightly warped because they're all cut out of a 4x8 sheet. So I just kind of eyeball them, give them a little
Bend
bend.
them a little bit. Yeah.
It's actually in the video of the shop trucks because the shop truck chassis are about that long, and sometimes they get bent in shipping. I had a guy get a set in Washington State from Texas, and his were bent bad. I mean, it was
Oh, really?
He was like, I don't know what they did. They damaged it. I'm like, it's okay. Just lay it flat on the table. Give them a couple good tugs together. No pun intended. Yeah, that's it's part of it. It's actually in the video. You know, it's like they may not be perfectly straight, but you straighten them out pretty easy.
Yeah, but I guess they got to be careful with the holes. If you bend them too much with the holes, they might break. No.
It's mild steel. It's got a lot of flex in it.
Okay.
That's the key to a lot of manufacturing stuff is flex. Like using those commercially done the nylon 12 stuff. That stuff can flex to lengths you wouldn't believe. I've taken those rat rod cabs. The one I have that I take to events and set up, I can grab that thing and do this with the sides of it, and it doesn't break. I've done it for the last 2.5 years.
Psycho 13 Garage says, I think he said that B. Kochner is in Texas also. Got a lot of Texan here tonight.
Yep.
That's cool. I don't know a lot of Texans, honestly.
Me neither.
So those were crooked also?
They all have a little curve because it's all cut of an 8-foot piece of steel. They laser cut it.
You do that, or do you have that cut yourself, or?
I have these done actually through Send Cut Send.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of that before.
The one will beat their price, so I can't argue with it.
Yeah.
I can order 150 chassis rails and have them in less than a week with Send Cut Send, and yeah, I've tried local people, local small businesses, and like they're just insane with the pricing for
price. Yeah,
but you got to have the big machines to be able to cut that many holes.
Yeah,
that quick.
Yep.
B. Kochner says, yeah, I'm in Austin, Josh, but I grew up in Longview, Texas.
Okay. Yeah, Longview's not far.
I'm in Liberty Hill.
About an hour. I'm near Canton, Texas. Tyler, that area.
I have no idea where that is because I'm in Canada, eh?
Who was that, Tank? You said B. Costner?
Yeah.
Did you ever go to the Leander Hobby Shop?
I did.
I know, I met you there.
I know, they have a cool setup, but
yeah,
it just got too expensive for me to keep coming down for every swap meet they had. And I don't drift. Their big deal was drifting. And I suck at drifting.
They got a real nice drift track now. You can't even you have to pick your car up and put your car down on the drift track. You
yeah. Hey, yeah. Crawling Chris, how you doing, Crawling Chris? He says, B. Kochner says, have not been to that hobby shop.
Oh, go. It's really cool, man. They're real good guys.
One of the most well-stocked shops I've ever been to. Put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
They've got a ton of product.
Oh, yeah.
Tons of product.
They they reset it all since you've been haven't been there. They put a crawling course on the outside. You know, the one that used to be in the back in the corner.
Yeah.
They took all that out and they put a crawling course there on the outside, and then all that stuff is like seats and stuff for their drift track.
Nice.
It gets a little tight in that corner there between the drift track and the register, but.
All right, everyone, I'm going to jump out of here again. So.
See you later,
it's getting
Sean.
close to the end. See you later, Sean. Thanks.
All right, thanks, Tank, for doing this every Thursday night. Everybody in the chat, thanks for always supporting Tank, and we'll chat to you all later. Peace out, everybody.
The people are getting smaller and smaller. The group is getting smaller. RC Everyday. I have a program, or I pay a license, whatever. I still paid it for this year. It's to do a trivia game, and I did it last year. I want to do it again this year, but I think I'm gonna throw you in there in trying to make a trivia on people. Like, I want to see how well people know some people. So I'll have some GCM racing question in there. I'll have some of your questions. So I'm probably going to say, in what year did he build a certain car, one of your hot rod, whatever you call it, and see, and then it's multiple question and people have to answer them quickly. And the more answers they do is the more points they get. And at the end, we'll give a prize or something.
I can already tell
Should
you
be
who's
fun.
going to be Dana Clark. He's going to win that.
Yeah, true.
He's my biggest fan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
B. Kochner says, what do you say? I went over to it when they were planning it and met the owner. They were
Yeah.
talking about the drift course and the crawling course.
Larry and Chris.
I was hanging out with Nick from Mo4RC.
Mm-hmm.
It's super awesome that Leander Hobby Shop is taking off, though. So he's happy with that. It's about 30 to 45-minute north from me.
Yeah. If you want to go drift, go like down on the weekdays, because there's hardly anybody there. The weekends it's packed, but
Oh, yeah. It's a good thing that it's packed on the weekend, that's for sure.
Yeah. They just had a big drifting competition a couple of weeks ago.
Did you win?
I got first place, see?
Oh, no.
No, I didn't even enter. KB didn't enter. He hasn't even drifted his truck yet. He wants to go drifting. Maybe Wednesday. He's got an appointment Wednesday and then he'll go.
Yeah, I got a couple cars here or trucks I wouldn't mind getting rid of. I got to look and start making a list.
KB sold his John Deere 36-inch for $575.
For my Bob Ross 8-inch, $7,500. Did anybody ever watch that Bob Ross documentary that went around?
Yeah, how he got screwed.
There's a lot of stuff to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Interesting, to say the least.
My sister watches Bob Ross all the time on YouTube.
I didn't ever realize how much I watched it growing up, but
Right.
when I got that Bob Ross figure for the RC stuff, and now I've realized I'm like, I remember way more of this than I thought I would.
PBS, right?
Yep, just a chill vibe. He was
Yeah, he was like, wow, get all happy and
it's the encompassment of what I try to do with the hobby. It's just like, just go out and try it. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. You're doing something. That's all.
happy tree there and a happy tree there.
You try to patina. It's not going to be great the first time, but you're going to learn a ton, and you're going to feel more confident the next time. And that's
Your
what
patina is good, man. Your patina is
wasn't.
good.
It was terrible the first few times, and we Bob Rossed it. We dolled it up a little bit, made it work.
Yeah, the more you do it and the more you try different things and combination it's just trial and error.
All about just shaking off the inhibitions of not trying it, being afraid to try it. Because that was me for a long time. I was scared to try weather and patina and stuff. And I was finally one day I just said, F it, I'm just gonna do it. And it sucked. And then the next time I did it, sucked less. And then 3 or 4 times in, I was like, all right, this looks actually kind of good. Like, all right.
And sometime some people say too much is not good, but sometime in weathering, too much is good. So you just keep working it. You don't like something, you just keep painting or keep doing something else at a different spot, and you'll get it right.
You never know where too much is until you've done too much. So you got to start doing. That's the thing. Just do it.
In KB's brain, he just can't get to the next level.
There's no levels. You either do or you don't. You just do it. You just do it and you learn, and you do it better next time, and you do it better the next time. That's all there is.
Mhm. Well, we're going to start saying our goodbyes. Swampers, are you there?
I'm here.
Want to say your goodbyes?
Thanks to everybody for hanging out with us, and just glad everybody's having some fun doing RC stuff.
Thank you. We'll see you later. KBRC13, go for it.
Oh, well, it's Duckman, and I'll see you
Oh,
later, Tank.
sorry.
Remember, Duckman here. But I'll see you later too, Tank. Thanks for doing this every Thursday.
Thank you. RC Everyday, keep doing some good work, and why don't you say goodbye to people?
Thanks for having me, and thanks for letting me talk shop and talk Bob Ross and inspiration with you.
Cool. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Thanks for popping in here week after week and spending some time with us. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you all next week. Until then, go charge up some batteries and go on there and break something. Because if you're not breaking anything, you're not having any fun. Cheers. We'll see you all later.
Right? Break it.
You break it, you buy it. Oh, man. That was a good one.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you guys for showing my stuff.